Today, we live in a world vastly dominated by technology. It affects most aspects of our lives, even when most of us seem to take it for granted. Like all things, every technological device we are exposed to in the modern day had to come from somewhere. By looking through a historical lens, we can see the power of influence and how it has led us to the society we become accustomed to. RCA, otherwise known as the Radio Corporation of America, is one of the oldest and most famous commercial producers of consumer electronics. David Sarnoff, businessman and pioneer of radio and television technology, founded the group in 1919 and went on to become the CEO and chairman of the board of executives. RCA was best known in the 1930s for their production and distribution of electric turntables, as well as some of the earliest models of home television sets. Devices such as these were of extreme significance for the time period, with some RCA products being among the first examples of domestic entertainment technology. During much of the 1930s to the 1950s, my own great-grandfather, George Martel Daly, was employed at RCA as an advanced developmental engineer under the category of television engineering and manufacturing. During his professional career, he invented and patented 5 devices, all of which were purchased and implemented by RCA in commercial home entertainment. The most significant of these was known as a television power supply. Though it may sound trivial, the invention allowed for significantly clear television picture quality for those in geographical areas where electric power was provided in direct current, DC, as opposed to alternating current, AC. The scope and practicality of the new power supply allowed for a noted increase in revenue from its use in the 1940s. George continued to work for RCA continuously up until his passing in 1957. This being the case, his contributions to RCA's development of new devices would be another well-defined example of the power of influence. During this time period, it was customary for engineers to receive a grant of $1 for each confirmed technological patent. According to my own grandfather, his father never cast a check for the television power supply, as he preferred to keep the documentation as a keepsake. RCA went on to develop countless innovations in technology, seeing breakthroughs that led to implements such as the electron microscope, liquid crystal displays, otherwise known as LCDs, video cassette recorders, direct broadcast television, and direct broadcast satellite, to name a few. 1953 was a distinct turning point in RCA's television production, with the release of one of America's first instances of color television. With the recent ending of World War II, RCA saw unprecedented scales as this new technology was adopted as the American standard for home entertainment. In the modern day, we are desensitized to any sort of colored screen, or media in general. In the 1950s, colored media was considered a substantial breakthrough, as it was the first time anyone had seen moving images with the vibrant expression of colors as we see in the real world. In this case, we can again observe RCA's influence on what we have become so used to in the modern day. While being largely responsible for the innovation of many breakthrough technologies, RCA additionally had large dealings in the creation and assembly of many large-scale corporations. Some of these may be familiar to you, with the most notable being the National Broadcast Corporation, known more commonly today as NBC. Founded in 1926 by David Sarnoff, RCA's CEO and founder, NBC necessitated the forming of companies and corporations to manage and oversee the expanding new form of the media. The Federal Communications Commission, aka the FCC, was founded for this purpose and saw the creation of such networks such as the American Broadcast Corporation, ABC, and the Columbia Broadcast System, also known as CBS. All in all, RCA's importance and influence in the technological advancement of the United States can be seen in many aspects of our society. It changed how we experience life and how we are exposed to outside stimulation discovered through the media. And without such influence in our daily experience, we would surely have a much different world.